All right, so as many of you know, yesterday we got the Curse Cult event, which introduced a couple of little small things. Obviously, we have the new Curse Cult area. We also have the very questionable AFK area over there. But most importantly, there was other changes that were made, which sort of caused a ripple effect throughout the entire economy. The title of this video is more than likely going to be something along the lines of do this now before it's gone, or I don't know, something crazy. And I promise you that it's for a very good reason. So just stick around with me as I give you guys the full rundown so you can make sure to get the most out of this before it's gone. Now, of course, before we go ahead and continue on with the video, I do want to give credit where credit is due, even though there was a lot of you during my live stream that were mentioning about this. Now, a few of you sent me this video right here by a user named Blessed RNG. Huge shout out to him. He does seem to be a newer content creator, give or take about 3 months ago, and he's doing a lot of fish content, which as the content creator manager, very happy about that. Always nice to see new content creators popping up. But according to his video, he claims that right now there is a crazy situation, which again, this was mentioned in my live stream numerous times, and it all has to do with basically the change that they recently made from turning a lot of these secret fish into exotic fish. In particular, the crystallized sea dragon, which is located inside of the calm zone. There is sort of a catch to this, and you are going to need a little bit of capital in order to actually complete this and do it successfully. So let's give you guys the quick rundown. Now, for starters, in order for this to actually successfully work, you will need Aurora totems. These are valued at 500,000, which give or take is not really all that difficult to get in the current state of the game. In case you aren't aware on how to get this, it's right over here in Desolate. Just take the zip line, then move on over to down here, and you're just going to make your way inside of Brine Pool. It's really no secret. I don't really think I need to hold your hand through this. There's hundreds, if not thousands of videos on YouTube with full explanations on how to get to here, but I'll sort of just take you guys on the path just in case. So we started right there. We used a glider all the way to the other side, and then we just climb up here, where then it leads us inside of this tunnel. Again, all of this is going on inside of Desolate Deep. As soon as you arrive into the brine pool, instead of entering in there, you're going to go to the left-hand side and just shift lock your way through this crack on the wall, where you will find the Aurora totem for 500,000. Now, I know that at this point, you're probably like, well, Carbon, it doesn't exactly make a lot of sense if I need 500,000 cash or an Aurora totem in order to actually make more money. The thing is that you are going to be making far more than your investment, making this absolutely worth it, and you're going to be making even more than that in just the span of 12 minutes. Either way, here we are inside of the main comm zone area. If you have this as your innkeeper, it's fairly quick to get here. We're going to make our way over to the secondary area, which for the most part should be a lot easier for you guys to access now because of the fact that a lot of these secret fish, like the crown angler, the magma leviathan, all of those are no longer secrets, and now they're considered exotics. As for the obby over here, everybody kind of has their own way of doing it. Some people climb up the crystal, which requires like this really cool trick where you use your glider and shift lock and I don't know. I don't like doing it. I personally just climb up this wall right here and then just climb over here and use a glider to get across. I feel like it's a little bit easier, but to each their own. There is no wrong option here. So go ahead and travel all the way down here. Hopefully you already have this door open. If you don't, as I mentioned, now is probably the best time for you to do it because these are extremely easy to get now. At least a lot easier than they previously were. Either way, once you arrive here, this is where we are going to be fishing as well as using our Aurora totem. As far as what fishing rod you'll be using, it's completely up to you. Obviously, ideally, you would want to be using the ethereal prism rod, but I know that it requires 15 mil, which not a lot of people have, and it's probably the reason why you're watching this video, because you really want to get that 15 mil. So other options are, of course, the Zeus rod. We can't forget the Seraphic rod in case you are level 1000. Auric rod is also a really good option if you, for some reason, got insanely lucky and got this out of one of the sunken chests. Forgotten Fang is also another good choice. We also can't forget our trusty No Life rod. This one is a great choice, especially if you're level 500. As you can see, I have 31,000 catches with these because this was probably one of the most nostalgic rods for me. But keep in mind that I am saying all of these rods in order, starting from Zeus all the way until the No Life rod. So if you have any of the ones that I've said prior, use those before you use the No Life rod. Other options that I personally wouldn't recommend, but I mean, you can, I guess, if worse comes to worse. But realistically, if you can afford these, then you should have better options. But Kraken rod is another option. Obviously, Rod of the Depths is also another option. And yeah, you guys pretty much get the idea. Now, for every single one of these rods, you basically want to use whatever bait it is that you want to use. Ideally, you would want to be using Shark Head just because it is the preferred bait for the crystallized sea dragon, but it isn't required. For example, in my ethereal prism rod, I'll be using seaweed. So the bait, you don't really have to worry about too much. One thing that you do have to worry about is the enchant that you have. On every single rod that I mentioned, personally, I would suggest that you run either Blessed Song or Steady. In some other cases, I would say maybe like Quantum, or of course Hasty if we're talking about like the Auric rod. But for the most part, I'm going to hope that you're either using the ethereal or you're using Zeus's rod. So make sure that you're sticking to either Steady or Blessed Song. Now, I'm going to be 100% transparent with you guys. I obviously tested this out multiple times before I started recording. As you can see here from the chat, it went very, very well. At one point, I actually had to cut my line, so I ended up losing my streak because I accidentally started fishing into the next day. But yeah, just to give you an example, this is all of the crystallized dragon that I got. And keep in mind, a lot of these, if not more than 50% of them, are prismized. But every single one of these were obtained in a single night cycle. So yes, that means in the span of 12 minutes, I got all of those. We're going to run the test all over again like we always do in these videos. We haven't done this in quite some time now, so I'm kind of excited. But I've been holding off for this moment to sell my inventory to see just how much I made. And I have a feeling it's going to be an absurd amount. Let's see here. 283,000. Keep in mind, I accidentally forgot to turn on the option to sell my exotics. So not a single crystallized dragon was sold there. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. I went ahead and locked every single one of my other exotics that I had in my inventory so that way when I auto sell now, only the crystallized sea dragons are the ones that get sold. So let's take a look here. 286,000 plus 1.9 mil. Bruh, what? So in the span of 12 minutes, we made 2.2 million cash in 12. Dude, that's actually disgusting. Like, I'm actually disgusted. I'm calling it right now, man. I feel like after all the torture that we've been put through this last like 3 or 4 weeks, if any dev is watching this, don't touch this. Do not touch this for the rest of the week. Touch it only on Saturday. Then it's okay. But let people prepare for the next update. Either way, we're going to run it from the very top here. I'm going to do my regular time lapse where we go ahead and do this entire test all over again. See just sort of how consistent it is. Again, that was sort of just in one night. I made 2.2 million. I'm going to see if I can replicate that or if we can get somewhere even close to 2 million. Just earning more than 1 mil already makes this method absolutely insane. But either way, man, I'm going to go ahead and cycle through some stuff here and we're going to get started, pop an Aurora, and the next scene that you guys will see will be the time lapse. Before we do that, let's sell inventory one more time just to double check that everything is completely sold, and it looks like we are good to go. So here comes the time lapse. Guys, so that was a full night cycle, and as you guys saw, I believe we got a total of like 7 or 8 crystallized dragon there. Yeah, so if we take a look here, it's a total of 8 of them. Unfortunately, this time only 3 out of the 8 are prismized, so we might earn a little bit less this time, but even still, dude, getting 8 of them is kind of insane in one run. I do want to point out that we got 1 prismized exalted relic, and I pretty much have all of my relics locked, so I'm going to turn on the auto sell on the relics as well, just so that counts with it. All right, so let's see how much we earned. Again, last time we earned 2.2 million in 12 minutes. This time we got ourselves 1.3 million, and again, it could have been a lot better if I would have gotten more prismized, but obviously that's just completely random, but it shows you just the potential of how much you can make. So you're definitely making back the 500k that you invested in that totem, while also making an additional 800k on top of that. This is an absolutely absurd way of making crazy amount of profit right now, and I highly suggest that you guys go ahead and take full-on advantage. I'll keep you guys updated at the very top of the comment section if this does end up getting patched, so that way you sort of have a general idea on how old the server needs to be before this actually works, because realistically, if they do fix this, they more than likely will not migrate all the servers. So some of the old servers will still be kind of like lingering around that you'll be able to join and take full-on advantage. I mean, heck, if you guys want, join my Discord server. Link is always at the very top of the description. It's discord.gg/carbonmeister. I have a lot of private servers that are available, and if you guys are hanging out inside of there as of the moment that this video goes live, and at least one person stays in there throughout the entire time, those servers will always maintain as old. Either way, man, I hope that this helps you guys out, and I hope that you're able to make millions, so that way you are fully prepared for the Curse Seas update next Saturday. Remember, it is our major update. I'm super excited for it. It is long overdue. Can't wait till we have finally some new content. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We do daily fish content here, as well as streams every single Saturday, early in the morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much to every single one of you that have been using my StarCode when buying Robux or Roblox Premium. I appreciate it so much. Make sure that you guys are using StarCode Carbon. That's going to do it for this video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.